with an undergraduate degree in Africana Studies, you can add on whatever else your focus may be, but you bring a richness to whatever field you go into, whether it's law, medicine, media, art, history, whatever. You bring value to any area you go into. And this is bringing in views of a large segment of the population.
Africana Study graduates from UNM in particular are everywhere, and that's what's been really exciting is to watch. You can get involved in government, run for political office. It's a great start to go into law school. I actually believe it opens doors into the STEM communities, as a lot of companies and a lot of the changes that are happening in Silicon Valley, the things that are happening in the tech entrepreneurship area in New Mexico in particular, all of Africana opens you up to that. Africana Study graduates will be strong contributors of our society in every pocket.
When I was changing my major to this, I actually went online and was like, okay, so what can I do with this? And there's many different things that you can do. There's lawyers who have Africana Studies degrees. There's doctors. Michelle Obama had an Africana Studies degree when she went to Princeton. A lot of people don't know that. Like, it's a broad topic, but a lot of people are actually doing it.
You can do anything with a degree in Africana Studies because it is going to sort of help you understand whatever profession you're in a much more critical way, right? So it's going to help you ask different questions. Think about it in terms of it's a way of thinking, a worldview, right? An epistemology about how the world works. And that can be taken to any field of thought.
Think about coming through the University of New Mexico without any Africana Studies program now. Think in terms of looking at it today. Don't just think about the impact on Black students. Think about its impact on students, any students. We're turning out students from the flagship university, a Research One university, with no Africana Studies. What does that say about, what would that say about UNM? Would it be a real flagship university without it?
It is for the world, you see. It's a victory for African American national and civil rights movement to have had Africana Studies introduced into university systems.
The Africana Studies department foretold what is to be for a student. What are students thinking of when they decide they want to take courses in that department? What are they looking at? What would they like to achieve? What perspective do they expect? And what outcome would they like to have in their lives as they take courses that represent a cultural heritage and a background full of vitality of who and what makes a person who they are? And that is the Africana Studies department.
Don't make the mistake of minimizing the importance of this program on the education that is offered. You could not be a flagship university without supporting and having a vibrant Africana Studies program.
Well, in my mind, if the university was truly engaged in educating the whole person, truly engaged in challenging our students about the differences of epistemology and ontologies and all the different ways of understanding who we are as people and understanding society, whoever those societies are, they would embrace Africana Studies, Native American Studies, Chicano Studies, specifically those three programs.
As we think about the impact of Africana Studies on the individual, you know, it's something that can't be measured in dollars and cents. And I think sometimes that value is lost. People tend to think of education, particularly in Africana Studies, as being an opportunity towards, you know, a career pathway that's going to help them develop their own sense of what affluenza is, you know, and material wealth and gains.
of course you're learning all this culture and this history, but you're also picking up on like critical thinking skills, being able to engage with multiple perspectives and being able to respect them even if you don't agree with them.
I think this university itself presents like a unique opportunity to kind of challenge what's being said versus what really is. And one thing about African American studies or Africana studies is that it does start to give you some a basic idea of how to analyze, critique, and get to the bottom of what's really going on from a structural standpoint.
Being a new person at UNM, I didn't know a lot of stuff. I didn't know how to learn, but the community I found here at Africana Studies, they really helped me to transition.
Children need to grow up with the understanding that this country, this world was not developed by one race of people alone. And it's not an add-on, it's not an attachment. It's not an entity that just needs to be tolerated.
Well, I think having the history of the program on this campus and the content of throughout the history of the United States and prior to the United States, the promise is for students to learn about their history and their family's history, and then how they can use that content so they can help the rest of the campus understand their point of view or a new research area that no one thought of before or no one has focused on before. And the combination of the content that the library provides and of course the faculty in the program can help direct the students to do valuable research.
The emergence of Africana Studies came at a time of important reflection and even profound contemplation about the future of the African American community in the United States. And so many of its intellectual forebears and those who continue on in the field have actually made higher educational institutions better, more responsive universities.
Coming here, it's been an eye-opening experience, and it's really enlightened me on information that I need to know and that I should know and that I want to know. And that's going to help me better off in my life in the future.
One of the biggest tools that I've always been told that I have, but I know I developed more fully via this program, is just the ability to communicate, the ability to understand how the world works, how institutions work, how our local community works.
I would hope that this new president who comes in has a understanding of how important this is for UNM, and not just as for the UNM students and faculty, but for the community at large, because what we do here has an impact on our communities.
It's empowerment, and it's empowerment through enlightenment, which has a perennial nature. These are the things that you pass down to your children, and I have a lot more to pass down now because of what I've learned here in the Africana Studies program.
There's always something new coming out of Africana Studies. We have remarkable faculty here at this university and across the country and the world who are digging up the past, and rediscovering the past and telling the truth.
What is unique about Africana Studies at UNM is that it really serves as a family. They're going to be going to a place where they'll come to faculty who will show them all the things they already come with and where they can take their dreams next. That's what we want as parents.